Hello everyone, my name is Demi, welcome to Celestial Water. So we're going to hop right into it. I've had two songs that keep coming into my head this morning, and the first one was Ooh La La Zayzoom, come on, come on. And I kept hearing it over and over and over, and I was like, I used to hear that all the time years ago. They used to use it on like adverts all the time. So I've like Googled it and it's come up. I think it's called The Wise Guys, Ooh La La it's called. But it starts off like in a plane, and they're like doing the instructions, all the safety measures of how to put the mask on if there's going to be an accident. And then it moves and there's these girls in like little silver shorts and little silver crop tops, and they're dancing in front of a plane. So I do feel like planes and travel are significant. And then the other song I was hearing was Back to Life, Back to Reality. And what I'm getting from that one as well, that it's like messages, spirit are talking through music, and they're giving you messages of what's being ushered in. It's not what you're currently going through, it's what's being ushered in. So the first one, travel, being on a plane, being able to travel more, or maybe you guys are moving, you've been asking the Most High God to move you, you don't feel like you belong where you're at anymore, so you're being moved. And then with the second song, I'm getting that as like someone dancing down the street and you're singing along to the song, you're like back to life, but you're happy about going to work. And now I'm hearing another song which is working 9 to 5, what a way to make a living. So it's like you guys are getting excited about your career, about your job. So maybe if you're not happy where you're at when it comes to a job, you're about to get a new job and a new career, and you're going to love going there. You're going to wake up in the morning, you're going to be happy and excited that you're going to work. You're going to like the people you're working with. It's given not just colleagues, they're going to be friends. So if you're not in that circumstance now, this is what you're being moved to. But the same music, spirit are talking through music to you guys, and it's about what's being ushered in. So not what you're currently going through, is what's being ushered in. It's a timeline you are moving to next. So I do feel like this is pertaining to your career and to you guys physically moving. But what do the collective most need to hear? Right, jeez, that is a lot. See, everything's going to happen at once as well. It's going to come flying in. It's going to happen fast. So you could feel like, let me got action here. You could feel like things have been moving really, really slow. I'm hearing a snail's pace. And maybe you just feel like everything's been moving slow at a snail's pace. And I'm hearing someone being like, God, are you even there? Are you hearing my prayers? But this is the thing, when God is being silent and when things seem like they're just still and nothing's happening, that's when he's doing his work. And that's when your faith and your belief gets really tested, because you can't see what's happening. You can feel it. It's in the ethos. It's not in the physical yet. It hasn't come into manifestation. It hasn't come into fruition. But it doesn't mean it's not going to. It doesn't mean it's not about to. You never know what's around the corner, Spirit is saying. You don't know what's around the corner. For a lot of you, it's like an explosion of fireworks. It's going to be this celebration energy. I'm now being shown the Three of Cups, like in my mind's eye. What do the collective need to hear? This one. So this one here is new beginnings. Love that. Beautiful. This is what's being ushered in for you guys. And you may not be able to see the sun yet, but you can feel it. Because it's like it's here. It's here in the ethers. You can feel it. You know something's coming in your bones. You know, because God promised this to you at this time in your soul's contract. He said, okay, you're going to come into this career path, or you're going to become an entrepreneur, or you're going to be traveling at this time. You're going to be coming into money at this time. It's now this time. It's divine time. Your new beginning is almost here. If it's not already here, if you haven't already walked into it, because some of you have already walked into it, it's very, very close. And they know your struggles. They know you've literally walked and trudged up that mountain's peak, and now you're at the peak. So you also have this high perspective. So I do feel like you guys have I'm hearing a broadened horizon. You have a very open mind when it comes to people, when it comes to this real Mother Earth in general. You're very, very open-minded. What else, Spirit? I feel like you're very aware and tapped in. So you could have spent quite a few years like going down the rabbit hole of different conspiracy theories and really waking yourself up to the illusions of what this world is, particularly when it pertains to the rat race and when it connects to like 9 to 5 and being in the system. I'm hearing I refuse to be a slave, or refuse to be a slave. So you could be someone who's kind of broken out of the matrix. That could be something that you say. What else, Spirit? We have here taken risk. Exactly. And you see like all the mountains, like you're at the top of this mountain now, like the eagle. You're flying high like the eagle. And if you're not, you're about to be. I'm hearing in this perspective. So there's something about your perspective that is shifting as well. And you're seeing from a broader view. You've got a view of everything now. You're looking down the landscape and you look at these people over here, these people over here, this over here. You're looking at all these different paths. You're like, okay, what's going to be best for me? What's the highest good for all? What's going to be best for me? And you're looking and you're going to have a choice. So some of you are going to have a choice of about 3 paths, or maybe this is 3 people that will be coming into you. 3 significant people. Could be both platonic and romantic. Do you feel like with the choice with 3 people, that's going to be connected more to romance? So those of you who are single, or where you're not happy in your relationship and you feel like it is coming to an end, that will separate and that will end, and then the right person is going to come in. They're going to come in quite fast. And then we have here forgiveness and embracing. This is beautiful. So this is what you guys have done. You've done a lot of healing work and inner work, and you've let go of people, places and things. I'm hearing people, places and things that don't serve you anymore, that no longer belong. I just keep getting the word belong, belong. If it doesn't belong around me, I don't want it. Whereas in the past, you may have held on to things tightly and didn't want to let go. You could have been suffering from an abandonment wound. So maybe some of you guys had you were raised in a single parent household, had parents who left you at a young age, or maybe they passed away. Maybe it was more grief. For others of you, it could have been to do with lovers and romance. People just kept leaving you and nothing really got off the ground, or if it did, they were doing things behind your back. So you've really been working on yourself, particularly when it comes to people, like working on that forgiveness when it comes to people and how they've let you down, how they've stabbed you in the back, and how things haven't panned out how you thought. So you're also having this forgiveness when it comes to the spirit world and when it comes to God. So it's like you had this plan, but this plan hasn't come to be. And you could have spent a while, like I'm getting about 2 years, a few years being quite angry at God. Maybe you didn't always show it. It could have been like a passive anger that when you've been doing this work, you tapped into it and you were like, that's where the block is. I've been angry at the Most High all this time, which is why his timeline, his destiny for me isn't coming in. So you've been letting all this anger go, and now you're embracing yourself, your true self, your regal self, and the part of you that is very, very connected to the Most High. So that's your soul, that's your spirit, that's your essence. But you're also understanding how your human self and how this vessel is all intertwined. The human self isn't separate. The human self isn't less connected to the Most High God than the soul. You're both intertwined. This is what you're waking up to. And this is where you're really stepping into your power and your regalness. Because swans are very, very connected to royalty. They're protected. They were protected in the UK by Queen Elizabeth swans when she was alive. I mean, they're probably still protected in the UK. That's coming through for somebody. Maybe you're from the UK, but you could be like in owl when you see swans. That's like the energy coming through there. I do feel like you guys will be seeing like flickers and orbs, flickers of light, or maybe there's this kind of like orbs, like little dots that are appearing in photos you're taking. And you could be like, what the hell's going on? What is that? It could have been annoying someone, then you realise that that's actually orbs. They're asking me to look at the bottom of the deck, and it is gateway. So this is what you are waking up to, the fact that you are this unicorn. And there's something about how you really integrated your human self and your soul. So you're very, very tapped into your higher self right now, which is where you're so open-minded, because you're more connected to your higher mind. We have that lower mind, which is more connected to the ego and like lower level thoughts, where you have those thoughts where you'll be like tearing yourself down, or maybe like critical thinking or judgment or pointing the finger at others. And then we have that higher mind. We have that perspective of everybody is playing their part, everybody is playing their role, everybody is a soul having a human experience, and sometimes the human gets lost. And it's also the fact that there is a war going on, but this is a war in the spirit, it's not a war on the flesh. So maybe in the past, like family members, friends, colleagues could have been making digs at you, and you saw a look in their eyes and you're like, that's the devil, or that's a monitoring spirit moving through them. But in the past, you could have got triggered and reacted to them and started like arguing or debating back and forth. Now you're realizing, you're seeing it, and you're like, not today, Satan. And you're not reacting, you're responding differently to people around you. That's the energies that are coming through. Let's get some messages from this deck here. What is being ushered in for the collective spirit? You could be seeing the crescent moon everywhere. Maybe you're seeing images of swans everywhere. Also the stork bird, which is connected, the stork is connected to like children, spirit babies. We have here good luck. Your fortune is improving and you will get a lucky break soon. Collect nuggets of wisdom. You will need them in the near future. Exactly that. This is what is coming in for you. Luck, the clover leaf. You could be seeing different like symbols that connect. I'm hearing that connect to your culture, that are connected to luck. So maybe you're seeing the clover leaf. Some of you guys could be from Ireland. Others of you could be seeing like the horseshoe. You could be seeing ladybugs. I heard beetles for someone, like a scarab beetle. Maybe you have connections to Egypt. What else, spirit? And it's like a gold scarab beetle. So maybe you're seeing like images of gold scarab beetles everywhere. What is being ushered in for the collective? And I feel like you guys will be seeing things in fours. So maybe you're seeing the number 444, which is very much connected to angels and to stability in the flow. The universe is sending you help. Tap into your inner power and go deeper to create the purposeful life you really want to have. So this is what you guys are doing. I know this is a jellyfish, but for some reason I was seeing an octopus. When I saw it, I was seeing an octopus. So octopuses are connected to intelligence and the brain. Again, they're talking about the intelligence and the higher mind. You're using your head, you're using your brain, you're using your street smarts, I'm hearing. And I'm being shown a chessboard. You're using your head. Maybe in the past you weren't using your head and you were moving more from the heart and the emotions solely, and you weren't intertwined with the mind and the heart. Now you're using them both in unison. But you were going with the flow. And you will know when people are around you who want to stab you in the back now, because you have that discernment from what you've gone through in the past. So anyone who comes around you who wants to sting you, you're going to be like, absolutely not. They're not even going to get close to you. You're going to sniff it out. You're going to sense it before they try and make their move. So you don't need to worry about people coming towards you with agendas and wrong intentions, because you're going to know. You can trust yourself. What else, Spirit? We have frozen and looking. There may be a hiring freeze or no work now. Being aloof can leave you out of the cold. A warm follow-up gets you in the door. And then we have looking. It's okay to look for better work. Be discreet in your search. You need to be aligned with your life purpose and be fully satisfied. Some of you guys in the past would have felt like you were frozen. This is that energy of nothing's moving, nothing's going on, but it is. God is watching you. Your ancestors are watching you. Your spirit guides are watching you. They're always around you. You're not alone. And nothing is frozen. It's all moving around here in the ethers. You can kind of, you're tapping into it at soul level. There was something about the human level that was kind of not believing, or maybe it was the ego, or like kind of like the devil on your shoulder, and the human self was listening more to that. Like, oh, nothing new is coming in for you. No change is actually going to happen. Da, 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 da. All these crappy thoughts right here. It's doubt. It's that doubt which you've been casting out, where you've been more connected now to the soul and to your higher self. And you're merging when it comes to your human self and your soul. And this is when you really will come into your destined timeline, because what God wants for you, your soul, but also your human self needs to also want that for you. So you're in alignment with the Most High God. That's when you get moved into your destined timeline. That's when you step into your power. You're really being watched right now. And when God's watching you like this and your spiritual court, that means a shift is about to happen. I do feel like you're hearing a lot of different music again, which is pertaining to what is being ushered in. So listen out to the music you guys are hearing out of nowhere and that pop into your head. It doesn't have to be clairaudiently that you're hearing it, but it will just pop into your head, because that's a message for you guys. When you're out and about, let's say you walk into a building where you're going to work, or maybe going to a coffee shop. I'm seeing a cinema for someone. There'll be music playing, and it could be a certain song that you keep hearing. That's a sign for you. What else, Spirit? What else do the collective need to hear right now? We have Aqua Solace, rejuvenation. Cherish the time I devote to myself. I cherish the time I devote to myself. And you see how she is feeling herself, and she's in this glow up energy. Some of you guys may be wanting to get away or have like a break, have a spa day. Maybe you keep saying to yourself, I need a holiday, need a holiday. A holiday is coming. They're showing me that music video again, the Ooh La La song, which is women dancing in front of a plane. So this travel is coming, this holiday is coming. They want you to hang in there. I'm hearing hang in there, because it's coming. And this is where you will get the most frustrated. And this is where you'll be tested the most, because you can feel the shift. It's like it's here. I'm wanting to almost reach out my hand and touch it, like it's almost tangible. It's right here in the ethers. That means it's about to drop. And when it drops, it's going to come in quick. Everything's going to move in quick. I do think things will be coming in. I'm hearing threes and fours. They're going to be coming in threes and fours. If you haven't been feeling like attractive or confident, they're wanting you to pay more attention to yourself and be more sensual with yourself. So maybe if you're someone like after you've had a shower or a bath, or you put cream on your body, spend a bit more time putting cream on your body and just like stare at yourself in the mirror while you're doing it. Just be more sensual and pay more attention to yourself and to your physical vessel. And you want to be looking in your eyes, because the eyes are the window to the soul. And this will help even more with your human self and your soul merging as one. What else, Spirit? Some of you guys could work in a spa, or you want to work in a spa. Maybe you applied for a job in a spa. That's coming through for someone. Others of you could work in advertising or marketing. That's also coming through. And we have here the Red Spring Wellbeing I Am Vibrant. Yeah, some of you could even create like a music track for an advert that's going to be on TV that will kind of like go viral. The Red Spring I Am Vibrant. This is what you're stepping into. You see here, because she looks very vibrant and sensual on this card here, like she's feeling herself. She's in her confidence, right? And you see here, the same thing, but she is connecting to the water. And obviously water sustains us, and human beings are made up of a high percentage of water. We basically can't live without water. We need it. It's life force, it's consciousness. I feel like this is also what you're tapping into. Maybe some of you guys have been researching So Dr. Emoto, he is who is coming through. I know a woman also does it as well, but I forgot her name right now. But they basically do experiments with water and how the crystals formalize in water. So do experiments like one water over here in this container. They'll play like gospel music or have loving words written on it, and the crystals that will form will always be very, very beautiful. And this water over here will have like, let's say, heavy metal music blasted at it, or just negative words that are written on it, and the crystal will be a bit deformed. It didn't like crystallize properly. That's what's coming through. So maybe you guys have been researching this. You could also be putting things in your drinking water, maybe like certain crystals or certain herbs that are enhancing the water. You could be filtering water that you are drinking, but also the water that's in your shower. That's coming through for summer. You could have got a new filter head, or what some of you need to. You've been thinking about it. The spirit saying yes, you need to, because there's something, you know, when the filter head gets clogged and it has all that the scale on it that you get in a kettle. It's showing me that, but there's like that hardness is like it's going on your physical body and it's doing your body no good. So maybe some of you guys have got a rash. You don't know where it's coming from. It could be coming from there from someone. But like I said, it's already within your head. Like, oh, I need to get a new shower head. I need to get a new shower head. Maybe you keep forgetting. But that's coming through for somebody. Also, lions here. And I'm hearing lion heart. You see here, lion. I'm hearing lion heart. So this is your heart. You have a very proud, very courageous, very powerful heart. What else, Spirit? Can I close out this reading with a poem? What is being ushered in for the collective? What is being ushered in for the collective? We have here, I knew he wasn't free, but every time I saw him, my heart lit up with glee. I knew he was in pain and my patience would be in vain, but every time he held me, I just wanted to stay. I knew we were destined to meet, our souls connected in many dreams, but his human self didn't recognize me. I know it's time to let this go, because the karma has cleared, God told me so. I wish my karmic cycle all the best as I cut cords with its final test. Higher timeline, what you got for me next? That's what's being ushered in, a higher timeline. You move into your destined timeline. So that is the confirmation. The poem is summing up the reading right here. Do listen out to music that you are hearing. They want me to share with you guys. When I wrote this poem, I also was writing about someone that I moved away from, and I literally had a physical move. I moved from London to where I'm living now. I had a physical move. So I do feel like a lot of you are being moved. You're being physically moved, and some of you, you're moving into a new job. You're moving into a new career path, but movement is very, very big. This is also pertaining to your blessings that have been lingering around here. You've been feeding, getting frustrated about. They're about to move into this physical reality, so get ready. Spirit is saying get ready. But that's all the messages coming through. I hope that did resonate with somebody out there.